this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today is actually a vlog. For a while now, I've been wanting to vlog and I just didn't know if my life was really interesting, if maybe I should make a vlog. I used to make vlogs all the time a few years ago when we were living in Wisconsin. I feel like instead of worrying about how good my day is or how good I have it planned out for a vlog, because this vlog, I don't really have anything planned. I feel like I should just go ahead and do it. Do what I want to do. And I kind of want to do a vlog, so we're going to do a vlog. Like I said, this video isn't really planned out. I don't have much going on. I know for the most part, I have to do my everyday type task. Like I want to clean a little bit. I have to read the Bible. I want to read a little bit. I want to edit a video. I also need to work out tonight, which is a longer workout, not by much. It's like 30-40 minutes. Those are my have-tos that I do pretty much every day, minus if it's Sunday and I have a rest day for working out. If I don't have to edit a video or I don't feel like reading. But for the most part, those are my everyday tasks. And then the only other thing is my son and I are going to go out. And after I get ready, because I look a hot mess right now, but we are going to go out. We're going to go on base, go to the Airman's Attic and also the thrift store. I like hitting the Airman's Attic first because it's all free inside that building. And I just like heading to the small section of books and then going to the back for any furniture, even though technically we do not need any more furniture since we are getting ready to move. But then after that, I like to hit the thrift store because basically it is attached and I just like to see what they have. And then I might go, because we have a little bit, like $4 of store credit at Goodwill. I might have to go more southeastern Vegas, like around Henderson area, see if I can use that credit. My husband saved a little bit of that, went out the last time so that when he was gone, James and I can go out and just have like a free day, potentially, depending on how much we spend. So that might be another thing we do. Otherwise, I don't really have any plans for today. It's been doom and gloom. It's been raining for the past 3 days, which is nice because it's the desert and it's finally felt like it's winter, like more fall feeling. It's like 50 degrees at like a high. It feels amazing out here. I miss the cold weather. Right now, I'm about to make some breakfast. It's not homemade biscuits, but I'm making basically like a biscuit egg sandwich for James and I, since Josh just left yesterday for a 2-week long trip, a Thunderbird, his first and final Thunderbird trip of 2024 and just of general of the whole Thunderbird experience. And I'm very excited about that. It is only 2 weeks, so it's not necessarily too long, but he's been home for over a month, so it just feels so much worse. But it's also his last one, which is very exciting. And by the time I post this, since I pre-filmed so many weeks out, he will have already been home for probably about a week now. Now that I've already rambled on so much, let me go ahead and start our breakfast. Here's a key tip with these Pillsbury biscuits. So I know the package says that you have to insert a spoon, especially here, and then on the actual thing right here. You don't have to do that. See this thing? One good hit. Also, I'm cheating the system. I'm using brown and serve instead of normal sausage this time. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely hate glass tops. I hate them with a passion. I love me cast irons and stainless steel, but I can't stand these. I like the actual coals when it comes to burners. And I'm honestly thinking when we move home, going and buying a basically like refurbished, where they kind of restore them, a 50s stove and also matching fridge, because I hate these glass tops and you can hardly find the ones with an actual coal burner unless they're gas stove. Then you can find them all day long. Just a little bit of bacon grease. It just gives it a little bit more of a taste. Not necessarily the most appetizing looking sandwiches, but ooh, do they taste good. And then we have James's. Honestly, I love the flaky biscuits a little bit more just because you can peel them. And I just stick cheese on there so that it'll melt pretty much right away. And then I have, of course, bacon, the sausage, and the egg. Like I said, aesthetically pleasing, no. Do they taste good? Yes. Are they a little bit healthier than maybe like McDonald's? Potentially, but definitely they would be a lot healthier if you made your own biscuits. I just finished getting ready. It is 11:39, but they close at 1, at least on base, the thrift store and also the Airman's Attic. So I kind of want to go ahead, hop in my truck and go. The rest of this video, or at least until we're back home, I will be filming with my phone. And for whatever reason, I have a messed up aux port. Well, they're not aux ports anymore. I have a messed up charging port and aux since they're combined now. Also on my phone, my microphone doesn't work half the time. Sometimes it does work, and then other times it doesn't. And I've tried this external mic plugged in to actually hear, and it does not work. So I can't do an external mic at all unless it's like Bluetooth. So if I have to record, I'm pretty much going to try and limit any sound clips, and then that way I don't have to worry about any interference, any potential mess ups. But if I happen to record kind of like one of these videos and I can run back the audio and make sure that it sounds okay, then great, I will do that. If not, if I include anything that has sound, I'll probably have to put on there, I'm sorry about the audio. So just keep that in mind. I will be switching to my phone until we are back home. When we got to the Airman's Attic, my son instantly found this book and started playing with it. Someone donated so many Lee Child books. For some reason, my eye caught on this book that was called The Longest Winter. This forgotten book had a very nice spine, but honestly a creepy cover. And then I seen this Boy Meets Girl book. Classic seen a Cassandra Clare book. I also seen this Book of the Month book called Sin for Me, and finally Sully. Then I went around looking at the household items. Someone donated so many beautiful Western pieces. A few of them I really liked. Also, I joked to my husband about buying these cowboy boot stockings. I kind of liked them, but at the same time I didn't. These Native American prints reminded me of my mom and my grandmother's ceramic shop that they used to have. I absolutely loved them, but I didn't get them. Also, I seen this small tea set before having to take a moment for this classic salt and pepper shaker set. I just thought it was hilarious. Next, we went into the thrift store and only spent a few minutes inside here. This We Don't Dial 911 is honestly me. And in the book section, I pulled a few books that have been sitting here since the first time I visited the thrift store last year. I noticed this Seekers book. I actually never cared to read that series as a kid, but I see them a lot in thrift stores. And this book was way too chaotic for me on the cover. And then at the end, I spotted this SS Chevelle. Hopefully you can hear me. I just spent $5 inside the thrift store and I bought basically a die-cast Chevelle SS for only $2, which is great. I think it's supposed to be encased, but it's not. It's just on the actual stand. And then I also got a Sims 3 game, Ambitions, for $3. And then, of course, I had to stop by a Goodwill. Instantly, I found a piece I wanted. This GM garage photo. This Goodwill had so many pretty or cool prints, but they honestly weren't my personal aesthetic. I had to go look at the books, of course, and see what I could find. I seen a Dial A for aunties, but I ended up not getting it. I also hate seeing this Outliers book because we had to read it in AP Lit in school, and every time I see it, it just reminds me of that. I see it all the time. This book was honestly so beautiful, but I didn't want to read it. I just kind of liked the cover. And then I seen all these late 1800s, early 1900s books. I was so sad I couldn't buy them all. This book in particular was originally published in 1831, and whatever year this edition was in such perfect condition. I wanted it so bad. I also found this book from St. Joseph Hospital for a funeral. And then lastly in this Goodwill, we headed to the houseware section. I seen so many small fake plants from Big Lots. I considered getting a few of them, but to be honest, I just didn't feel like I needed them. I also seen a few washboards. I loved all of them, but I'd rather have one from our old farmhouse back home. Something with a little bit more character and also history from my family. And this Goodwill also had their metals section. I've never seen that before. So they had gold, black, bronze, silver. They were all grouped pretty much. I seen these and I thought they were so cute, but these coasters cleaned up would have been so perfect. I didn't get either of them though. And then lastly, I had to show this camel and give it its moment. Y'all, obviously I'm back home. As you can tell, I've had a heck of a drive home where the Vegas traffic, if you live anywhere around a city, I feel like you know that, but if you've been to Vegas, especially outside of like the strip, you understand the traffic just on the expressways. It is so annoying, and city people do not know how to drive at all. I don't know who's teaching them. Obviously nobody's really teaching them. They're just winging it. The reason you see wrecks all the time out here is because everybody's so stupid when they drive. I have to say, this thrift haul, I'm gonna do a little thrift haul basically. We did really good. I spent a lot of money. I feel really bad about that. I think in total I spent 31. I spent 26 at Goodwill, $4 off because I had that in-store credit, and then also military discount on every single item. And I don't think I had any purple tags, and purple was the color of the day. First, before we even went to Goodwill, we went to the Airman's Attic on base. Everything is free from there, which I will tell you which ones I got from there. And then we went to the thrift store. I only got 2 things, and I think in total it was $5, so it wasn't too much. All right, my son is unhappy. First, at the Airman's Attic, we got a sweeper for my son. He wanted this, and he loves when I sweep. So I was like, you know what, it's free, whatever. It actually also, he picked a noisy toy, but at least he can actually sweep, which is kind of nice. All right, I'm back. He's good now. I took a sweeper, that's why he was upset. Next, we got a couple books, obviously, because, you know, I can't not buy books. My son got this, he called it a bus book. It's technically a truck, but he was sitting there because it actually drives. These wheels rotate. And so he was sitting in there just driving it. So I got it for him, of course. Next, I got this book called The Store by Bentley Little. It has a blurb on the front that says the horror poet Lorette, I do believe. And this blurb is by Stephen King. And I don't know why, the cover was just kind of calling to me. So I did pick this up. I hope to kind of read this because I'm tired. I hate to say this, I'm really tired of like the book talk, booktube books that are so overhyped, so pushed all over the place. I kind of want more unique and unheard of books. So I'm going back to go into thrift stores and stuff and finding what looks good to me. Also, I got this book that's called The Longest Winter. It says at the bottom underneath the title, it says Scott's Other Heroes. And basically it's Scott's Northern Party played as an important role in his iconic last expedition, but how did they survive? For some reason, I just liked this cover and I liked how it looked, and I thought it was kind of intriguing. So if I read it, I read it. If I don't, maybe I'll just give it to a free little library since I got it for free. I found a book on Pearl Harbor. This is Pearl Harbor's Final Warning, A Man, a Message, and a Paradise Lost. This is a true story about the message that arrived too late by Valerie J. Anderson. I love military style books, and also especially like Christian and military mixed. I've read a few. A Pink Mist is one of my favorite by John A. Burkar. His was one of the first ones, and then of course like Unbroken, The Heart and the Fist from last year, Chris Kyle's book, American Soldier, you know, everything like that. I just enjoy sometimes reading, so I did pick this up because it pertains to an interest of mine. Besides, it's good to know about your history. This next box, I haven't tested this out at all. This is a massive thing that I found, and you know, I'm kind of against getting a lot of toys. I'm very much, especially right now with us moving. I mean, I guess the same could be said about books, but I normally try not to get toys, especially when we go to a store. I don't want our son to kind of expect a toy every time we go out. And for the most part, he does fairly well. I found this massive Hot Wheels box. It's called Hot Wheels ID, Uniquely Identifiable Vehicles. I don't know what it is. It's a whole track. They're thick and they're heavy, and they also have like these USB things. On this backside, it says, this is a one-of-a-kind, purpose-built, jumping, crashing, flying, speed machine racing towards a world without limits. This is a place where physical and digital blend into one, a place where young minds discover that limits are meant to be challenged and where they can safely connect to the world around them. Here, success is measured in lap times, world building, jumping dragons, high fives, and OMGs. This is Hot Wheels ID. And then it says hotwheels.com/ID. And there was a note in here somewhere. Basically, whoever donated this said not to turn it on max power because they launch off the track completely. And if this fully works, since I got it for free, I'm not really going to complain. If this fully works, I already know our son is going to have a blast. And hopefully in the house that we go home to, or if we decide to actually build a house later on, he'll probably have like its own little tiny playroom. So I'm okay with this, even though it's gonna probably sit in a trailer for a hot minute. I only bought 2 things at the thrift store. Today, I found without the glass a Chevelle, an SS Chevelle. I couldn't get service. If you've been on base, if you're a military spouse, a military anybody, you understand service is not always great. And right now at Nellis, red flag is going on. So service is, it's done. Like there's no even Wi-Fi half the time. It's terrible. So I could not send my husband these photos. I ended up just deciding to buy it, and they didn't have a tag on it. So the lady was like, I'll give it to you for $2. It's actual die cast, and so it's completely metal. It's so much more expensive than just $2. As soon as my husband received the photo after I was already off base, he instantly was like, "You got me a Chevelle?" I knew I had to have it for him. So I did get an SS Chevelle. I am so excited. He loved it. And then for $3, I found an expansion pack for The Sims 3. This is Ambitions. This is one of the expansion packs I wanted when I had The Sims. I still have The Sims 3. Don't get me wrong. I have all the CDs, and then I also have a digital version on Steam that my husband bought me because at the time we didn't have my copies up here in Vegas. These things used to be like $30, $40 brand new. This is a brand new CD. I don't know if you can see that. There's 0 scratches on it. I got it for $3. If I don't go to the trailer and get my CDs now, or have my mom get me the actual Sims 3, if this will work with the digital, you best believe I'm going back to Sims 3. The Sims 4 is so terrible. Sims 2, actually Sims 1 through 3 was iconic. Sims 3 was the best because it was open world. Sims 4, EA is just greedy and they're just trying too hard, but they can't master what they already had mastered. They're just ruining it, I feel like. But the graphics of Sims 4 is actually really nice. I will say that. That was everything I got on base at the Airman's Attic and also the thrift store. And then we headed down to Henderson because I needed to use that $4 store credit apparently in that section of Vegas. That's what I was at least told. I ended up going down there, and let me just tell you, one, I was so sad. It seemed like an older person ended up passing away because there was a memorial like for a funeral to like sign, and somebody's whole book collection was donated. And I'm not just talking like normal books. I'm talking early 1900s and late 1890s books. Some of them were like originally copyrighted in 1870s or give or take a few, but they were actually republished in the 1920s. If I could have bought every single one of them, because some of them Goodwill had priced like $8 a piece, I would have bought the whole collection because I have so many late 1800s and early 1900s books, and I still have more actually from the 50s on back sitting at my mom's house back in Indiana that eventually when we move home I'm going to display them a little bit because they're just, you can't get those ones back. This is why I love city Goodwills. City people donate such nice stuff, and Henderson, I've never not lucked out at Henderson's Goodwill, and I've only been there twice. The very first thing I found when I first walked in, I went straight through the clothing because I hardly ever buy clothing, and I went towards the books, but I stopped for once and I wanted to look through picture frames and stuff. For $8 I found this GM wooden photo. I'll also include a better example of this because of the window, but I'm so happy. It's got Pontiac on it. It's got of course Corvettes, Chevy, Oldsmobile. Basically it's just a bunch of GM stuff. This still has the Open Road Brands tag and everything on it. This was originally $69.99. I got this for $8 for my husband, well, and for me actually, but yes, for my husband too. And I was hoping like in our garage back home, because we're gonna have a better garage, we're gonna have a shop literally, and I'm so excited for this. If not, this could just be like an office piece. I love this. A few of these go along with what I was talking about where I think somebody just passed away and everybody just donated all of their stuff. I think this is across the whole country. I know back home in Indiana, Kentucky, maybe even Ohio, mail pouch, the tobaccos used to be very common. You always see barns still with this decal kind of on them, or where they painted them on the side of the barns. I like this. I might change out the frame later. I can reuse this frame for something else, but I think specifically this is such a cute little photo, and it was only $1.49, so I loved it. I had to have it. More specifically, these two photos that I got are older. You can definitely tell they are just the condition. They're just older. They're definitely more like that antique almost age. It goes along with my style, my forever style, my major thing that I've always wanted my house to be like. I call it the rustic antique. It is true like 1800s, early 1900s, more so 1800 pieces. Nowadays, I think a lot of people just call it like cottagecore or farmhouse, but not modern farmhouse. I just say rustic antique because a lot of the stuff that I do want to incorporate are kind of in the old farmhouse back in Indiana. So I found these two photos and I just had to have them on a shelf, on a bookcase, on a wall, put them in my kitchen. I don't know. I haven't fully figured it out, but also I'm going to wait pretty much until we go home. $4, I have this beautiful older photo of a tree with a little outbuilding right underneath it. I just love how this looks, and also I love the frame with it. And then we also have this one, which is in fall time. You have a little creek running under a stone bridge, and I don't know why, I just gravitated towards these, and I think they are absolutely so beautiful. I was very excited about this, especially if I can get my dream library when we get home. I feel like they're gonna be so beautiful, so perfect. The last 5 items that I got were of course books. feel like you already seen that coming. I already bought a few books, so let's just add to it. This is not in the best condition, but I found The Hobbit for $3. I've been wanting The Hobbit so bad for whatever reason. I wanted a lot of J.R.R. Tolkien's books, and I've considered getting this version as well. And then lastly, I almost found the entire series, Game of Thrones. I'm missing one book. I'm missing the yellow book, whichever one that is. So we have Storms of Sword, which is $2. The actual first book, which is Games of Thrones, this one was also $2. And then we had Feast for Crows, which was $4 for some reason, and Dance with Dragons, which was also $4 for some reason. But I got so many pieces, so many things that I love and that my husband loves that I'm just so excited, and I guess our son loves too. I'm so excited. So this is my little thrift haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this section of the video. This was kind of unexpected because I was just thinking I wasn't going to thrift anything at all. I just found this bookmark in the Game of Thrones, that first book, and it says this book is a wiener. Why?
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top.
One of the next things I need to do is actually just go on the computer and try and edit a video. I haven't gotten a few videos done. I've been kind of slacking here lately. And I noticed that I still have a Nellis air show from, I do believe, November of 2023 still left to edit. So that's what I will be doing right now.
Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
I'm finished editing. It wasn't very good, I feel like, but at least I finished another video. I already made the thumbnail, uploaded everything, scheduled it to post in a couple weeks. I'm getting ready to actually go work out. It is 9:19. I feel like I have done nothing all day long, even though I was out for a few hours and I got back right before it got dark outside. Getting a really late start to working out, which is fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. At least I already got some things done, like the budget book and my Bible study. And also I edited a video, so at least that's all out of the way. I did clean a little
little bit off camera, but not too crazily or not too much. I want to go ahead and finish out this vlog, or at least get the outro done. Thank you all so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you guys all enjoyed everything that we did today. And I also hope that you guys enjoyed basically coming to thrift with me. I feel like that was so fun. I actually found pretty decent pieces, and normally I don't really go out and buy a lot. So this was a little bit different. It was exciting. Thank you all again for everything. And also be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment. Hope to see y'all in a video here on my channel, and God bless.